We think we're free to choose, free to act, free to become whoever we want. But ask yourself one simple question. Can you actually do what you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like it? Can you get out of bed without hitting snooze? Turn off your phone and not feel anxious? Finish what you started, without distractions, without giving up halfway? The truth is, most people aren't free, not because of society, but because of themselves, their impulses, their laziness, their craving for comfort. And Seneca saw this 2,000 years ago. In this video, we're diving deep into some of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism, especially those of Seneca, the Roman philosopher who understood one thing above all. Real power doesn't come from outside. It comes from mastering yourself. This isn't boring philosophy. It's a practical guide to living stronger, freer, and more in control of your own mind. So if you're done with self-sabotage, if you're tired of making promises to yourself and breaking them, subscribe now and stay till the end, because this masterclass might just change the way you live your life. Let's begin. Part 1. Understanding self-discipline according to Seneca. Before we jump into techniques, tools, or rituals, it's essential to grasp what self-discipline really means from a Stoic perspective. For Seneca, it's not about a one-time act of willpower, nor a productivity hack. It's a way of life, a deep philosophy, a kind of radical freedom. The man who is slave to himself. It's not because things are hard that we don't dare. It's because we don't dare that things are hard. Seneca. That hits hard. Seneca flips our usual way of thinking. We tend to blame outside circumstances for our struggles. But the truth is, it's our inner courage that makes life hard. And where does this lack of courage come from? From a lack of discipline. Not military-style discipline, rigid and punishing, but inner discipline. The kind that teaches you not to give in to every impulse. The kind that frees you from the chaos of your desires. Today, indiscipline has become the norm. We procrastinate. We eat whatever and whenever we want. We scroll mindlessly for hours. We know what we should be doing, but we don't do it. And this behavior isn't laziness, it's self-sabotage. Seneca would say we are slaves to ourselves, not to some external tyrant, but to our own inability to govern ourselves. And this is exactly where self-discipline steps in. The Stoic idea of inner freedom. The Stoics, especially Seneca, remind us of a profound truth. You don't control the world, but you can control yourself. Everything else is fragile. Your job, your comfort, your relationships, even your physical health. But there's one thing you can always strengthen. Your ability to choose how you respond, to direct your own actions. This is Stoic freedom. Not the freedom to do whatever you want, but the freedom to not be controlled by your impulses. Picture this. You're alone in a room, staring at your phone. A notification pops up. Your brain sends an impulse. Go on, check it. If you click without thinking, are you free? No. You're a slave to an algorithm, to an automatic reaction. Seneca urges us to reclaim the power to say no. And this power applies everywhere. Saying no to immediate pleasure to build a meaningful life. Refusing to react in anger when provoked. Choosing discipline over ease. Discipline here is true freedom. Discipline is not punishment. The greatest empire is the one you have over yourself. Seneca. In our society, discipline often sounds like suffering, like a chore, an effort, a punishment. But for Seneca, it's exactly the opposite. Discipline is the path to inner peace. Why? Because when you master yourself, you no longer fear failure because you're consistent. You escape emotional chaos because you choose your reactions. You move forward regardless of motivation because you act from principle. Discipline here is true freedom. Imagine a life without discipline. You eat whatever you want. Your body pays the price. You give in to every distraction. Your mind becomes foggy. You say yes to everything, and you burn out and lose yourself. Now imagine the opposite. You wake up every day with clear intention. You keep the promises you make to yourself. You say no to what pulls you away from your values. This isn't a prison, it's a noble mastery, an art of living. And that's exactly what Seneca offers us. Part 2. Concrete Stoic Tools to Master Yourself. Understanding self-discipline is crucial, but even more important is knowing how to put it into practice every day. Seneca didn't just philosophize in his letters. He laid out specific tools, exercises, and habits that you can start using right now to transform yourself. The Stoic journaling practice. Seneca himself practiced what we today would call journaling. He encourages us to write as a way to clear the mind, gain perspective, and build discipline. How to do it? Spend 5 to 10 minutes each evening reflecting on which actions did you control today? Where did you give in to impulses? What can you improve tomorrow? The simple habit helps you become aware of your behaviors, spot where your discipline falters, set clear, realistic goals. Modern example, Tim Ferriss, best-selling author, swears by journaling. He says it keeps him calm and focused, even under pressure. The practice of premeditation of difficulties, premeditatio malorum. Seneca advises regularly imagining obstacles, failures, and moments of temptation. This premeditation mentally prepares you not to give in when challenges come. Why is it so powerful? Because fear comes from the unknown. Anticipation removes fear. Visualizing yourself facing temptation weakens its grip on you. Modern example, an athlete picturing fatigue during a marathon, or an entrepreneur imagining rejections before success. This mental rehearsal boosts resilience and discipline. The art of goal visualization. Along these same lines, Seneca encourages having a clear vision of what you want to build in life, not a vague wish, but a precise mental image. Visualize yourself every morning, tackling your tasks with focus, resisting distractions, feeling the pride of self-mastery. This activates your brain to work subconsciously toward your goals. It also strengthens motivation when discipline wanes. The discipline of the present moment. Seneca stresses the importance of fully inhabiting the present, not getting lost in past regrets or future worries. Simple exercise. When your mind drifts, bring yourself back. Take 3 deep, mindful breaths. Notice your sensations and thoughts without judgment. This calms mental chaos and puts you back in action mode. The voluntary choice of simplicity. Seneca champions voluntary simplicity as a powerful discipline tool. The less you depend on material pleasures or external things, the more inner freedom you gain. Modern application. Do regular digital detoxes, a day off screens. Cut impulsive spending. Simplify your daily routine to remove clutter. Simplifying your life brings clarity and control. The power of saying no. This one is key. Discipline isn't just saying yes to what's good, it's saying no firmly to anything that pulls you off your path. Exercise. Identify at least 3 moments this week where you will consciously say no to a temptation. Going out, screens, junk food, procrastination. This small act of will is a workout for your self-control muscle. Seneca himself was exiled under Nero's tyranny. Despite this, he cultivated inner discipline, refusing to let his mind become a slave to his circumstances. His self-discipline allowed him to remain free even while physically imprisoned in exile. If you find these ideas helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next insights to help you master your mind and your life. Part 3. Building discipline in the face of pain, pleasure, and desire. Mastering yourself isn't just about resisting snacks or waking up early. It's about staying centered, even when everything around you pushes you to run, give in, or quit. And Seneca, like all the Stoics, understood this better than anyone. True self-discipline is forged in extremes, in moments of pain, pleasure, and temptation. In the face of pain, discipline as inner resistance. Seneca experienced exile, loss, betrayal, yet he never let suffering control his mind. To him, pain is inevitable, but our reaction to pain is a choice. It's not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Seneca. This quote hits hard, because often what hurts us isn't the pain itself, it's our fear of facing it. Seneca challenges us to flip the script, to see difficulty not as a curse, but as a test, a moment to grow stronger, to train the mind, to prove to yourself that you are more capable than you think. Modern parallel. Elite athletes, special forces soldiers, resilient entrepreneurs, they don't run from discomfort. They seek it because they know growth lives in resistance. In the face of pleasure, discipline as clarity. Another trap? Comfort. Seneca warned us, pleasure is deceptive, not because it's evil, but because it dulls your edge. There is nothing more shameful than being conquered by pleasure. Seneca. He's not saying you should become a monk, but if you can't say no to what you crave, you're not in control. Your cravings are. Think about it. You say you want to read, meditate, create, but Netflix, TikTok, endless scrolling, snacks at midnight, these things steal your time. They steal your life. Seneca's question still applies today. Does this pleasure make you freer or more dependent? In the face of desire, discipline as detachment. Seneca also warned us against uncontrolled desire, not just for material things, but for recognition, admiration, status. Desire is endless. As soon as it is fulfilled, it starts again. Seneca. The lesson is clear. The more you attach yourself to what you want, the more control you lose over your life. You live in constant craving, frustrated, unsatisfied, always chasing. That's where self-discipline becomes freedom. Modern reflection. We live in a culture that says, follow your dreams, never settle, want more. But if you don't learn how to desire without attachment, you'll always feel empty, even when you get what you wanted. Self-discipline equals mental strength and inner clarity. Seneca teaches us that self-discipline isn't a fight against ourselves. It's a practice of awareness and mastery. It's about noticing what controls you, detaching without punishing yourself, resisting without becoming rigid, choosing mindfully, not reacting automatically. And this takes daily practice. Every emotion, every impulse, every temptation is a training ground. So what Stoic habit are you going to try starting today? Let me know in the comments. I read them all, and your insights help shape this channel just as much as the content itself. And if this video sparked something in you, send it to someone who needs it, a friend, a relative, someone trying to take back control of their life. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe. We're just getting started on this journey of deep thinking and powerful living. Part 4. How to practice self-discipline daily, Seneca style. By now, you've realized something important. Self-discipline isn't a gift. It's not something you have or don't have. It's not reserved for the elite. It's a practice, a quiet, daily training, not flashy, not loud, but deeply transformational. Seneca, like all the Stoics, didn't just talk about philosophy. He lived it. He trained himself every day to become stronger, wiser, and more clear-minded. So here are 4 practical Stoic-inspired habits you can start using today. Number 1. Evening self-examination, the nightly debrief. Each evening, I reflect on what I did well, what I did poorly, and what I left undone. Seneca. This simple ritual packs real power. Before going to bed, Seneca would review his day, not with guilt, not with ego, but with honesty. How to apply it? Each night, ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do today that I'm proud of? Where did I give in to comfort or emotion? And what can I improve tomorrow? No need to write a novel, just 3 sentences. But this reflection helps you reset. It keeps you aligned with your values and growing steadily over time. Number 2, morning Stoic journaling, clarity through writing. The Stoics were writers, not to publish books, but to think clearly. Seneca wrote letters to Lucilius. Marcus Aurelius wrote just for himself. To them, writing was a mirror, a discipline of the mind. How to apply it today? Start your morning with a simple question. What kind of person do I want to be today? Or, what challenge will I face with courage today? 5 minutes, that's all you need. This sets your intention. It clears your mind. It makes you proactive instead of reactive. And that alone gives you an edge in a distracted world. Number 3, voluntary discomfort. Mini Stoic challenges. Seneca practiced something he called voluntary poverty. He would live simply for a few days to test himself and remind himself that what we fear losing is often not essential at all. Get used to living with little, and you'll never fear losing much. Seneca. How to apply it today? You don't need to sleep on the floor or fast for days. Try things like a full day without your phone, a walk without music or podcasts, a cold shower, 48 hours with no unnecessary spending. These micro-challenges help you break your habits. They train your brain to see comfort as optional, not necessary. Number 4, negative visualization. Prepare for the unpredictable. Another Stoic tool, anticipating adversity. Not to become paranoid, but to develop inner calm before chaos hits. The wise man does not collapse when misfortune comes. he has already seen it in his mind. Seneca. How to apply it? Take a few moments each morning or weekly and imagine, what if I lost something I rely on? What if things don't go as planned? How would I respond? With strength? With grace? With clarity? This isn't fear, it's mental training, and it makes you far more resilient when life doesn't go your way. Quick recap of the 4 practices. At night, honest self-reflection. In the morning, clear, intention-driven journaling. Daily or weekly, micro-challenges to let go of comfort. And mentally, visualize setbacks to build calm and strength. These tools are simple, but if you apply them consistently, you stop being a passive observer of your life. You become an active architect of your character. And slowly, quietly, you forge a stronger version of yourself. Tell me in the comments, which Stoic practice will you try first? Journaling? Voluntary discomfort? The evening review? I read every comment, and your reflections help shape the content on this channel. We've walked together down a path that's demanding, but essential. It's the path Seneca called self-mastery, the art of governing your impulses, your emotions, and your desires with wisdom and inner strength. In a world that pushes you toward distraction, excess, and instant gratification, choosing discipline is an act of rebellion, an act of power, an act of freedom. But here's the truth. Discipline isn't a prison. It's a key. The key that allows you to act, not just react. To create, not just consume. To live by your values, not by the pressure of others. Key takeaways to remember. You are not a slave to your impulses. You can observe them, direct them, even transcend them. Self-discipline isn't something you decide. It's something you cultivate day after day. What you tolerate in yourself today becomes your limit tomorrow. Discipline doesn't entrap you, it elevates you. Now what? The real question isn't, what did I learn? It's, what am I going to do with it? Will you close this video and go back to the chaos of daily life? Or will you make one clear, conscious decision right now to reclaim control? If this masterclass made you think, gave you clarity, or sparked something in you, share it with someone who's ready to take their power back. And if you haven't already, subscribe. This channel is filled with deep lessons to help you think higher and live stronger. Thank you for staying until the end. You're part of the few who seek, who reflect, who grow. And that is already an act of discipline. See you soon, right here on Deep Life Lessons.